Step 3, our cognitive agility. So this is really where you start to get your hands on things. We're going to keep identifying our cognitive dissonance and developing the relationship there of getting real good. What's so and what isn't so? What's accurate, what isn't accurate? And then designing forward cognitive dissonance using our creativity, imagination to free us up to access the knowledge and wisdom that is out there in our collective consciousness. Now, this is key because once you get good at doing this, the amount of insights and the ability to create something meaningful specifically to forward your project for you individually or your business is really, really powerful. And it's something you're going to get your hands on. It will change your life. So this is one of my favorite distinctions. And I call it the SIG, and it's your suffering index gap. It's the time it takes you to go from cognitive dissonance and being in an old paradigm or idea that you have resolution about. You're stuck there. It's your obstacle. It's your fear. It's your anxiety. It's that thing that you use as an excuse. The time it takes from going from there to creating a new interpretation that's accountable and responsible and having it forward your motion into your decognitive dissonant state. That's the gap. It's your suffering index gap. We call it SIG. So you want to start practicing this and see and realize how long it takes you to go from CD to DCD, and that is your SIG. So this is where you get your hands on the control, beginning to generate your own insights, distinctions, and paradigms. Your creativity, imagination, and confidence are increasing. This is where life by design starts to fly. You're really going to have an altered world. Once we practice with this and you start to see how you had held things before and that they weren't necessarily accurate, you're really going to be blown away by thinking, oh my God, all I had to do is change my perspective. All I had to do is shift, giving up being right about that, and come over here and model 2 or 3 or 4 different types of interpretations that we would just make up together. And then we'll see which one fits the best and design it into your life based on your specific and unique gifts, aptitudes, inspirations, passions. So then you can start to see how your life is going to open up once we do that. So we're going to just keep grounding ourselves in this. You really are going to become a cognitive agility ninja. And when it really starts to get to you, this synchronicity and our alignment with the collective consciousness continues to increase. More insights and information will come to you, allowing you to act and implement that into your purpose and the area of your optimal contribution for humanity. Step 4. Integration of your practice. So into your body, mind, and soul, optimizing the system, becoming your best friend, increasing your self-value and love. This is where managing your well-being becomes your priority. So you are nurtured and have the ability for maximum contribution. Taking pleasure in the little things have the biggest satisfying and fulfilling effect. Being balanced allows for flow to happen. Very important when you're feeling things and you're not resisting it or you're not rushing it. Everything has its time and its natural flow. So being balanced and allowing for flow to happen is key. Using your optimal aptitudes, abilities, and skill sets improves your alignment, allowing for the natural expression of your ultimate contribution and connection. Being mindful of your internal conversation. So this is where being your own best friend is something that's, I think, very, very important for you. I mean, my internal conversation is pretty hilarious when I'm with myself, and people just say, dude, why are you cracking up? What's happening with you? I was like, I don't know. I was like happy. I was thinking funny thoughts about myself, how I've been stuck about this issue, thinking one of my friends had been a certain way when in fact that they weren't. And it was just my insecurity or impatience about an issue. And once I could allow myself to get into flow and understand, hey, that really had nothing to do with me, it disappears. So that's just a small example of how it works. So it's about forwarding balance and your overall integration of body, mind, and soul. So body, it's real key how we feed ourselves, managing our well-beings, getting exercise, enough sleep, not drinking too much, everything in moderation. But to the degree that you get to know yourself and honor that and don't hurt your system, that's going to be where you operate from optimally. So do simple things which make a big difference. If you miss someone, call them. If you love someone, tell them. If you want to go work out, leave and work out. Your work will be there when you get back. You'll be energized and refreshed. Get on the floor, stretch out, go make your favorite tea, have a coffee. They're real simple things, great little routines and habits. These are kind of small rewards, allowing yourself to do the things you love. Being really busy is not serving you. There's a much better way to be productive by being efficient and focused and having a plan and making the environment for yourself where you can implement that daily. Distractions, this whole technological world, it's good to give it a rest. You need to be able to turn it off and leave it in the other room and walk away. Go to the gym, go shopping, go to a movie. Don't take your phone with you. Leave it. It'll be there when you get back. You need to allow permission to be present in life and enjoy the people around you. Go to a museum. Go out to dinner. Look at your friend or your partner, whoever you want to go with, a group of friends. Have eye contact with them. Tell jokes. Laugh, smile, live. Put your phone away, man. Stop testing it. Don't do it. No more texting. It's not a good thing. Okay, so these simple pleasures and good habits are very, very important. Step 5, defining your purpose. So really we would spend a lot of time on this because everyone has their unique gift. Some people already know who they are and what that is, but I find the majority of people, in one degree or another, have squelched it and are really not living their life in the area of their optimal ability, skill set, and aptitude. This is one of the places where really figure out how and why you love these things that you do and why you haven't pursued them. What prevented you? What meaning did you assign to things in your past that prevented you from going forward on that path? And that's going to be key to some of the edges we'll be jumping off together later on. So we're going to have a practical look at all of this and defining your true purpose and meaning so that you can have your optimal contribution to humanity. And that's in full alignment with you having satisfaction and being fulfilled and joy. Fully self-expressed and have love in your life. Without it, very, very hard to get to those things and have that quality of a life. We're going to use the metaphor bridge for jumping off the edge. We use it in many different ways in this practice, but that's one of the meanings. So it really implies crossing a bridge, right? So we're at one place currently, and then there's this bridge to this future we're designing. And so once you get out on the bridge, you can begin assessing your landing, what are the considerations, the concerns I have? Is this my best use, most practical implementation of what it is we're designing and building towards? And so we get real specific with that when we actually start working on it. Defining the practical plan in your life by design. All this logistical preparation and implementation with focus. We begin getting it all on paper and in your laptop. One of the great things is, a lot of people when they get in a project, they start talking about insomnia and they can't sleep. They have a racing mind or a tapping foot once they get in bed. And I say embrace that. Get out of bed. Make some tea, make some coffee, grab your notepad or open your laptop. Although I would rather get a pen and some paper and start writing, making notes. Because when you open that laptop, something about the bright light and everything can keep you from getting it out and then going back and getting some quality time in the bed, the rest that you need. So make some tea, get your pen and pad, and start writing it down, those things that were in your head that were keeping you from sleeping, or some project that you're thinking about that you were getting information or dreams and go put those ideas on paper. Outline it. What is important? What are you going to do tomorrow as a result of that insomnia or that mind of yours that was racing? So you got to embrace this. It's really a gift. Once you get up and do that and write it down, you'll be able to go back to sleep. But when you wake up after you get, that night's rest in the morning, execute that. Go back to that list. See what it is. There's some real gold in those nuggets, and you have to start applying it. Otherwise, those insights might be lost, or they might not return to you for quite some time. So you want to be proactive. You want to embrace the process. Don't resist and suffer in bed, right? That's your SIG kicking your butt. Get up and embrace it and let the magic happen.